Today we're here at the world's newest Disneyland in China, and the food they do here is very different.
Whoa! This is what heaven tastes like. We'll be tasting and ranking all of the weird, wonderful and outright crazy Disney dishes here in Shanghai.
And hopefully we managed to find something we like.
This is the queue for the Wandering Moon.
That is truly awful.
And we discover that it's not just the food that's different.
There's also some other characters that I actually haven't heard of before.
Are you excited?
I'm very excited for this one.
Without further ado, let's get eating.
And before we get going, a big thanks to Incogni for sponsoring this video. We are in the queue for Shanghai Disneyland. Located 8,000 miles away from Walt Disney World Orlando, but just a 20-minute taxi ride from the city centre of Shanghai, this is the newest Disneyland in the world, and the cheapest, but more on that later. Looking around, we seem to be some of the only Westerners here.
Wow, what a mission to get in here. I've worked up an appetite. I'm actually hungry.
Today we'll be trying 10 different dishes, with a very special bonus dish at the end, if we can find it. But the day needed to start somewhere, and it seemed logical to start with a quick fire round inside the Cookie Ann Bakery.
Who is Cookie Ann? Is that a character I should know?
Let's get a few sweet treats to start the day. Most people like to start their day with a croissant and a coffee, but I've never seen anyone start their day with a croissant that looks quite like this. It's quite weighty and it looks extremely dry. That is truly awful. It's not a croissant at all. This is a loaf of bread. This would taste good if you sliced it and buttered it and put a bit of jam on it. That looks like a Warburton's loaf. This was £5. I'm gonna go with 3 out of 10.
This is a Mickey Mouse donut, and it is coated in what I think is matcha. It smells heavenly. They've not paid as much attention to the back as the front, but that's okay. This donut costs £5, and it's a good job that I'm hungry, because I have a feeling that we are going to be eating a lot today. Okay, it's a little bit dry. I'm going to go 4 out of 10. I reckon we can get better than this. A chicken and mushroom bake is my favourite thing at Greg's, and this is called a chicken mushroom puff. It does feel a little bit greasy, but it's warm, and I'm excited to try it. This also costs £5. Oh wow, this is packed with flavour. It's actually quite overpowering. I'm sure some people would have made that look exceptionally aesthetic, but that was my attempt at showing you the filling. I'm going 7.5.
Not really a breakfast item, I wouldn't say. It's a pork bun. It looks like an Eccles cake. Oh. It always makes me feel sad eating Mickey Mouse, but I'm going to be doing a lot of that today. The flavour is good. I really like the pork inside, but the pastry is really claggy. I'm making such a mess. I'm gonna give this a 5.5 out of 10. And I think it's about time we went and found something a little different.
As a kid, my mum and dad took me to Disneyland, but like any sensible parent, we bought packed lunches with us. And me and my brother were only allowed to try 1 Disney dish per day. But now I'm an adult, I'll be rebelling against my parents' rules and righting the wrongs of the past, as I eat as many dishes as possible to establish the best dish in Disney China. But there is one rule. We're not here for beef burgers and hot dogs. We're looking for strange, unusual food.
I've seen ice creams, I've seen noodles, I've seen bao buns.
The dishes will get progressively weirder as the video goes on, so wait until you see the last one. But after a mixed start,
Truly awful.
let's find our next dish.
We're now in the Zootopia area, and we have found one of the most famous dishes in Disneyland China. Hopefully there's some left, because apparently they sell out.
But whilst I queue up for a giant popsicle, let me tell you about today's sponsor. Walking around Disney, you might think the last thing on my mind is protecting my personal information online. And you'd be right, but that's only because we use Incogni. It's scary to think that even when you're walking around playing with Kevin, there are data brokers out there with the sole objective of gathering your personal information and then selling it on for a profit. These companies scan the internet for names, addresses, and social media profiles so they can then build up a detailed profile of an individual. But unfortunately, This data can get into the hands of scammers and fraudsters. If you want to stop spam emails, reduce your chances of having your identity stolen, you should consider using Incogni. They reach out to data brokers on your behalf and request that they remove your personal data. If you want to take back control of your personal data, you should consider using Incogni. And use the code LIVETHEDASH and click the link in the description to get 60% off an annual plan. Anyway, back to Disney.
It's time to crack open this extortionately priced lollipop. Whoa! This cost a whopping £20. So this is a chocolate marshmallow in the shape of a lollipop, exactly the same size as my head.
Is it heavy?
It's like a 5 kg dumbbell.
4001, 4002.
It's time for my first bite.
What is it?
It's strawberry chocolate marshmallow inside with these little candy balls. It's actually delicious. If you were to eat this whole thing, which I probably could, it would be a very, very long day for you. That is so good.
The dangerous thing about this is that the marshmallow is so light.
I'm gonna give this an 8.5 out of 10.
Easily the best dish of the day so far.
Oh, mama!
This is actually the biggest Disneyland outside of America, and one thing that I will say is that people love the Disney merch here. I have never seen so many impressive hats.
Now that is a hat. You could get neck problems if you wore this for too long. It's very heavy.
As the food tour resumed, we were wondering if we could find anything to top Zootopia's giant marshmallow popsicle. It was on to stop number 6 of the day to find out.
And this one looks a little bit more Chinese.
It's a little bit unsettling when you're given gloves to eat something. This is a Mickey pork bun, and the pork filling is spicy because I can see chilies inside it. Mickey only has 4 fingers. Did I know that? This bao bun costs £7. Oh wow, sensational. It is sweet, it's spicy, it's hearty.
I've gone no gloves, no protection.
Oh, you bet.
Ooh, that does have a bit of a kick to it. This is definitely in the Champions League places for me. If this was a Premier League team, it would probably be a Brighton, a Bournemouth. Another example of style and substance.
Out of 10, 7.8.
But what we're looking for is a Manchester City. So the search must continue. We are starting to get a little bit full, so a part of this bao bun is going into basura, which is Spanish for bin.
As we rolled to the next dish, we couldn't help but think,
Are any of these dishes authentic to China? It's doubtful.
but this wasn't going to stop us.
Ni hao. This needs no introduction. It's a Mr. Whippy ice cream. It's Elsa themed. She's a top chick, and it is sea salt and vanilla flavour. When I was a kid, I wasn't allowed blue ice pops or blue Smarties. Look at me now. It costs £6, and it is a very small cone. Okay, it is salty. I don't know if it's off. It tastes really sour. It tastes like sour milk that's got salt in it. I can't get any hint of vanilla here. Maybe it's actually a frozen yogurt.
Yogurt or not, with a lowly 1.5 out of 10, this Elsa ice cream sat at the foot of the table. But despite this embarrassing showing, there was something to lift our spirits.
So this is actually the cheapest Disneyland in the world in terms of one-day ticket price. And maybe that is the reason why every inch of this park is crazy busy.
With 7 dishes under our belt, so far our carefully thought out, meticulous strategy was paying off.
Jade did an amazing job of noting down all of the weird and wacky food that is available at Chinese Disney. But what did we do with that list?
We left it at the hotel.
So we are going off gut instinct.
Obviously, we are not going to be able to try every type of food today. So if there is something we have missed, let us know.
We're in the Toy Story land now. And I don't know why I find this so amusing, but all of the characters speak Chinese. Mr. Potato Head, say something.
大家好，我是弹头先生。如果你们见着我的朋友弹簧狗，
I'm gonna say Toy Story is my favourite Disney film of all time. I love Toy Story 1, obviously, but Toy Story 4 is also excellent, and so is Toy Story 2 and 3. Anyway, Lotso, probably one of my least favourite characters, to be fair, in Toy Story, so I actually don't mind chowing down on him. Oh. Hello. Yeah, I think we've peaked. This is what heaven tastes like. Light and creamy strawberry cheesecake, and at the bottom there is a red velvet base.
And it's got like chunks of fruit in it. And there's not even really a queue. Everyone's queuing up for them turkey legs. They're sleeping on lots of the cheesecake. Shh, don't tell anyone.
This is getting a 9.3 out of 10 from me, immediately into the lead. But who knows if he will stay there.
The Lotso cheesecake was in the running for Disney China's best dish, but there was still 2 dishes left to go, plus a special surprise entry. But as we walked around, we realised that it's not just the food that's different at Disney China.
There are different popular characters here than there are at other parks. Lena Bell is the most popular Disney character in China. There's also some other characters that I actually haven't heard of before, like Duffy, the Disney bear, Stella Lou, Cookie Ann. So the bakery that we were at first of all is Cookie Ann's Bakery, and she's a super popular character here as well.
But it doesn't matter where you are in the world, some characters are truly global icons. In terms of nostalgia, I love Pinocchio. I'm a real boy! Say something crazy like you're wearing women's underwear. I'm wearing women's underwear! Anyway, we're in the Pinocchio restaurant and they had some Western style food, which is like pizzas, they had tiramisu, Winnie the Pooh. But we have gone for the Asian part of the menu and we've got braised beef with noodles, with squid, I think, as well as in there. And then we have this egg that has Winnie the Pooh's head engraved in it. I've never seen an egg quite like this. Gonna have to use the chopsticks as well for the first time today.
The egg is probably my favourite thing that I've seen all day. It feels like one of the more interesting dishes that we've seen here. The noodles cost £13, but that did include a drink. They are so good.
I feel like it could have a little bit more flavour to it.
They taste delicious. It's a really generous portion and I like it in here.
It is time to end Winnie the Pooh's day. There's a funny fact about Winnie the Pooh in China, which I'm not sure is true. Apparently you're not allowed to post pictures of Winnie the Pooh on social media because of Winnie the Pooh's likeness to the president. Goodbye, Winnie.
I'm gonna give these an 8.3.
7.8 for me. What can I say? I have high standards.
With an average score of 8.05, the Pooh Noodles was sitting in a playoff position. But as we started to close in on the home stretch, it was getting more and more difficult to find unique food.
We have now started to get quite ruthless with our decision making.
Not unusual enough for us, so we move on to the next.
We need to get around the whole thing and find the weirdest, wackiest foods. So we're looking. If it doesn't meet the criteria, we move on quick and we continue in the hopes that we will find something crazier.
This place is called the Stargazer Grill, and there's just nothing weird on this menu. You can get that stuff back at home, get that in Orlando, get that in Paris. We're looking for stuff you can only get here in China. And at this late stage in the day, I got some news I really wasn't expecting.
This might sound ridiculous, but I am actually getting a bit hungry.
We found a stall that is very, very popular, and the dish definitely looks like it might be a local orientated dish. I don't think you can get this in America or Europe. We're gonna have to queue for this one.
This one?
Yes, one.
Okay, Alipay.
Shay. It smells amazing. This is a duck leg and turnip soup. And in contrast to some of the other dishes that we have had today, this looks awful, but it smells fantastic. So I'm not sure which way this is going to go.
Are they noodles?
I think this might be turnip. Is this not the turnip bit?
Maybe, yeah, okay. Wow.
It smells really strong, really pungent. Ooh, it's really tangy and it's actually a bit spicy as well, which I wasn't expecting because of the colour.
There's so much ginger in that. It's not what I was expecting. And I can see why there is a queue.
And then I think there's like a fruit in here. Is that a melon? A piece of melon?
Could be pear?
Pear? Whatever it is, it's really nice. So this is the duck leg that's inside the soup. And this looks quite ropey, but I don't know, let's give it a go. Oh, that is juicy, it's succulent. This dish is knockout. This was £7.50. And I'm gonna rate this one 8.6.
At this point, Lotso the Cheesecake was just one dish away from winning the ultimate crown.
It is now time for us to move on to our final dish of the day. And this was the one thing that I was most excited about. And to be honest, I think it's probably the most unusual thing you can get in this park. Are you excited?
I'm very excited for this one because it's one of my favourite things in the world with something quite local.
So, without further ado,
Let's go and get some durian ice cream.
Durian! Wow, 谢谢, beautiful. Durian is a really popular fruit, especially in Southeast Asia and China as well, by the looks of it. But it has a reputation for being quite strong smelling. So in some hotels, they'll actually have signs in the lifts and the hotel lobbies saying no durian allowed in the room.
Out of 10?
Out of 10, I'm going in at an 8.
These have been the most unique dishes we could find here at Disney China. Hopefully you enjoyed watching this as much as we enjoyed making this video.
a big thank you to Incogni for sponsoring this video.
And let us know if we missed any dishes.